Thanks for staying with us. So there was a report we saw in Guardian saying that 40% of failed transactions unresolved as ePayment hit 49.4 trillion naira. And this is according to Guardian, and they were saying that NIBSS has been silent. They've been silent about the unresolved transactions, and various industry sources have said that since January, when we had the cash crunch, 60%, only about 60% of cash transactions have been resolved, leaving 40% yet to be resolved. The latest data released by the NIBSS showed that ePayment were up by 23% within a month, attributed to surge in the total value of ePayment transactions last month. Notwithstanding the rise in ePayment, there's still several unresolved failed ePayment transactions that characterize this first quarter. Many Nigerians have experienced transactions where they make payment and the recipient doesn't receive the money, and yet we don't have a customer service who we can call to help resolve the issues. That's what Nigerians are clamoring for, that there has to be some way, some kind of a global customer service where everybody would have access to, because sometimes some banks, customer service are more receptive than others. Some are able to access customer service, some are able to get it resolved. Most others aren't. Have you experienced this? E-transactions where you try to pay a client, or he or she doesn't receive the payment. That's our conversation this morning. You can call us on 08127053687, 09139076948. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag your view TVC so we can read your tweet. At some point, we have to bring in the experts to come and tell us what's going on. But first, we'd like to hear Nigerians first to see if you've experienced this at all in your business or in your personal transactions. Call us on the numbers on your screen. I'd like to hear your thoughts. YK, let me start with you because you own a business.
I lament. I lament every time because, you know, when I read this, you know, I checked, first and foremost, over the weekend, they don't even work. So, and weekend for like my kind of business is the weekend that you will have more transactions. Now you will not get any alert till Monday, and then you will not be calculating. Like one that I just calculated, the money was supposed to be 78,000. What I got was 39,000. I'm telling you, it's a huge gap. I'm not joking. And it is like this all the time. Then you will be calling them. The account officer will be saying, I don't know. Let me check. Apparently, it's supposed to be from InterSwitch, who are not remitting the money. I'm telling you, about 3-4 years ago, it didn't just start now, but because of the cash, the low cash, cash crunch, the
cash strangulation,
the cash strangulation.
Yes.
You are not more dependent on this. So now you are losing big time. Yeah. Businesses are losing big time. From January to date, what we have lost is I cannot, because you will be calling them. Millions, they will not. Millions. Okay, I will give you a very small example. I sent 20,000 to someone to buy something for me. Till today, as I'm talking to you, he got the money, he took it to the person, the money was debited, those ones said they didn't see it. Till today, as I'm talking to you, my 20,000 gone. Just gone. I had to now look for another money to buy the thing again. And I'm like, yeah, this is not fair. Yeah. It's not fair to people.
There was a day I spent an hour, I think it was an hour 10 minutes in a gas station because I wanted to buy fuel.
Oh, they are waiting to confirm.
Waiting to confirm. So I was just there. The transaction didn't come in. I was just there. All of us are now packed, different cars, not just packed waiting. Now, this wasn't like one of those stations I use often in the area that they know me. It was somewhere far away. So I had to wait
until they got the alert. And so from one of the reports mentioned that 70% of people that go to the banks are going to complain about failed transactions.
Yes, it's usually e-transactions, yes.
That's 70% of people that are visiting the bank are complaining, and some people just don't have the time to go to the bank and complain. So you now have a gap. For me, we batch payments Mondays and Thursdays, and there was a payment we did last week that 3 days after, the payment did not reflect. My client had to, the vendor had to start showing me his statement of accounts to show me that other monies have come in. Your own money did not come in. Me too, I now showed my own statement of accounts that the money I sent to you has gone out. I called the accountant officer, said the money has gone. So where did and it's a huge amount of money. Where did the money stay? The money is value. So if a system is holding millions of naira for 3 days, what happened to my money in those 3 days between when it left my account and landed in the other customers, in my vendor's account? It's not a conversation about experts. It's a conversation with the regulators. The system has regulators. We have regulators who ensure that we don't get cheated. Right now, Nigerians are getting cheated by the banking system. You will hold my money for 3 months. Money that should be generating interest that I can use for business. You hold it for 3 months and say, it is lost in the where. Then they will not suddenly refund the money that, oh, we've resolved the issue. But in those 3 months, who is paying me for the fact that I didn't have access to my money? Somebody is the regulators that we need to hold accountable. What are the regulators doing to ensure that we don't get taken advantage of?
Talking about regulators, because I do have it here from this Guardian's report, that according to CBN, there is actually a circular that was published back June 1st, 2020, that says that many of the unresolved and yet to be transferred transactions have breached CBN rules. And it was signed by the CBN director. I'm trying to get it. It says CBN revises the timeline for dispensing errors, refund complaints. Noted that in its determination of further enhancement, I'm looking for the exact log to know which was breached. Because according to this, the fact that there is actually the circular protecting Nigerians from delayed transactions, e-transactions from the CBN. So we can actually take them to court.
Yeah, but as you said, many of us are so busy, and especially because of this cash crunch. Remember, there's just this long queue at the banks, and they would not even let you have access into the banks that period. For me, my own personal, I've had issues. My own was almost 3 months. I couldn't use any of my online applications, and thankfully, for most of it, these were people that knew me and understood, oh, but there's this particular person. Even though this person was in the wrong as far as I'm concerned, I had paid this person 80% of the total amount for a particular job that the person was supposed to do for me. And this person took forever, to get to do the job. No problem. But then the person eventually did it. And the balance that was left, I tried to send this money for days. I would stay up at night, so I could send the money to this person. The person now sent me a stinker. I feel so offended. Anytime I remember that message, I'm so offended. Like, this one that you said that you have been trying to send the money, is it only my own that is not coming? Because I'm sure you do other transactions. Why would it be just specifically mine? I was so offended because I know how much time I was putting, staying awake to make sure that this person got the money. The person didn't get it. Eventually, I was able to make the transfer, but called the person out for bad behavior. You took my money for a long time, no questions asked, but a few days and you're, But the thing is, that's the thing when these transactions don't go. It's not only about the money, it's relationships, Absolutely. It's businesses that we're, destroying. Okay. And as you say, in Nigeria, we just move on. And when you say we should sue them, where are we going to start that process of suing them? The money to sue them,
the money to sue them is with them.
Just so much. I just wish there was just a place we could go and just drop our complaints and be sure that our complaints will be handled. Yes.
So what I just want to have it rectified. Let me go on a break. When we come back, I found the circular I was looking for. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing failed transactions, and I was going to look for the circular from CBN dated June 8th, 2020. And according to them, when customers use their cards on their own ATMs, it shall be instantly reversed. Where instant reversal fails due to technical glitches in the system, the timeline for manual reversal shall not exceed 24 hours. That's if you use your ATM within your own bank. Now, ATM transactions outside your own bank. So where customers use their cards on other banks' ATM, the reversal shall not exceed 48 hours. Resolution disputes for POS, web transactions shall not pass 2 weeks. So YK, the issues you have for POSs should not exceed 2 weeks when you have those kind of transactions hanging. Now, so there's one of that's circular 2020. So we are protected by CBN. However, the issue now is the infrastructure. We have the infrastructure to handle the fact that more Nigerians now are doing online transactions because of the cash crunch we experienced past few months. It's just now that gradually cash, I was telling somebody over the weekend when I was in house fellowship, I said, sir, I have not seen 100,000 naira like with my eyes. I have not seen since January. He was shocked. He said, I said, I have not seen 100,000. He actually got, he said, no, I'll bring your money. And yesterday he called me. He brought me the money. I said, I was so happy because I hadn't seen 100,000 naira because we didn't have cash. But now we are now looking for going around. Gradually cash is coming back. But the problem is not that it's a CBN protected.
It's not that it's only old money that we are seeing.
We don't even mind.
Yes, now.
Let's
But
just
the point is that the issue is the technical, do we have the technical capacity to handle this influx? Because that's what the problem is. It's hanging.
You know, we've had many
Experts.
rumors of the Jackpot syndrome affecting banks, and most of the IT departments
Nobody has
have
helped
been
us to come out
largely
confirm.
depleted because most of them have left. They are getting better pay, you know, abroad. And even though we haven't had someone to tell us if it is true, it just comes across as it just may be true because they just seem to be completely clueless concerning our online transactions. I will never forget, a friend of mine said she had gone to the bank to complain after being on the queue for hours, and then they said they had rectified it. She went back home. 2 days later, the same problem, she went back. And then they say, you again? She says, and you are proud of yourself. You think I just like to come to the bank because I want to see your face? I'm back again because it did not work. You know, and that calling the customer care, you would get that music, they will put you on hold and put you on hold and put you on hold. And for me, it's just saying that you're completely clueless on how to help me. And even though we come to the bank and stand on the queue, you're hoping that we get tired and we leave. So
Which is
we
what
just
happens,
need to, we just need
inevitably.
someone, we need someone to, give us. We don't want to go to the bank. We don't want to go to court. We don't have the money. We don't have the time. We don't have the energy. We just want our money. We just want to be able to do our transactions.
We would like
quietly.
CBN can actually create
We have
some
a
kind of
complete
a temporary customer service that receives complaints across all banks. Don't you think?
That will, if that can be a short-term solution, having CBN intervene, because the central bank is, we need to. The central bank has a responsibility to increase the trust of people in the system. I would want to hold more cash at hand right now, and many Nigerians are looking for how to hold more of their cash at hand. Because we realized there was a weekend that a popular orange bank was down, and it was even in church. They had to announce that well, know that a popular platform was down, and it is back to back. Obviously, there's a problem. It's in the past 6 months, it's become even more aggressive. Like, you cannot access your money, you cannot open the app. The app isn't working. People are saying that wake up in the morning around 3 a.m. to do transaction. So we are going to be waking up in the morning to do transaction, and that is okay. And the CBN is not stepping in. People are losing trust in the banking system, and your job is to ensure that people bank with the system. I mean, bank their money in that system. So the CBN puts in a customer service temporarily for now to sort of shore up people's trust. We have a Consumer Protection Council in Nigeria whose job is to protect consumers from being abused by the system. So the Consumer Protection Council will say they did not report to us.
Yes.
They did not report to us. But you cannot say you don't know. But Twitter is full.
Let me take this call from Joke. I'll come to you, YK. Good morning, Joke. You're live. Thanks for calling. Oh, I'm so sorry we lost that call.
I was going to say, this problem is not today started. It didn't start with the cash strangulation. It has been, if not for Nima's husband, I've lost money to that bank that does like this.
Nima's husband's bank.
Nima's husband's bank. In fact, the first time was so much money. Then this last one, no, not the last one, but the second to the last one, I called him. He's the one that helped me get that money. If not, that money too would have gone, because they will be telling you they don't know where the money is. Excuse me, this is the POS, we used it. And they will say, send it. And they are so, then one of the first generation banks, those ones are so nonchalant. Nonchalant, we don't know. You don't know what? Excuse me?
They don't know.
It's your business to know.
Right.
So we are all suffering. So when Eme, let me just, so anything you like, feel it. When Eme started this thing, he must have known that the system was not working. Then you start this thing. So what has happened is
throw all of us
the thing that
into-
has been doing us since how many years ago?
Now everybody.
Just became
Worse.
well, a pandemic.
Yes, it is.
Let me take this call from Jackie. Jackie is back. Good morning, Jackie. Are you there?
Hello, good morning.
You're live. Go ahead,
Good
please.
morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Please, concerning the matter you are discussing, they should help us. I bought prepaid credit since February. I've not seen, I bought 5,000 naira prepaid credit. They deducted my money twice. I did another one, almost 20,000 naira. I've been to the bank 4 times. They have not returned my money. Government should help us.
Nepanko.
So
Please,
this-
help us.
Thank you. We are
I'm
suffering
an
it.
old woman. I'm 79. I'm 69.
Oh.
She
I've
doesn't
been to
need
the bank
this at all.
twice,
They-
4 times.
So this
They should help
our.
us now.
Thank you very much, ma, for
Yeah.
calling.
I was just going to say, Toko was saying that we should set up a customer service.
Yes, temporarily.
It's not this customer service. The infrastructure to solve our issue is the problem. So you can don't put a customer
need tech
service
people.
that would smile and
So
smile, but after
if-
a few days you get upset with the
Let-
customer
let's
service
pick
that
phone.
cannot deliver.
Hypothetically speaking, let's just assume that all our techie guys have gone.
Okay.
Can you bring a few back? I mean, if you cut out good, maybe from India, just bring some guys back from, or from our Nigerians, our guys, bring them back for the 2 months, just for 2 months to come and help us restructure this infrastructure. Because the problem is that many people will tell you many banks will tell you that it's not in their hands. It's the NIBSS, that's the Nigerian Interbank systems that has fallen. That they don't hold the infrastructure. Their own is just is based on what the system sends to them that reflects. So it's really not in the banks. It's really there's another infrastructure that needs to be
switch.
There's that switch that needs to be enhanced to be able to take on these
Accommodate.
transactions.
So we hear that part, and I understand. Just a few weeks ago, Nima was talking about how her husband was having to do a lot more work. People in the banking system are overworked. Jobs that 5 people were doing, you have 1 person doing it or 2 people doing it. My former account officer, Jakpa, the current one, overworked more than before because they haven't replaced the previous one. He was already there. So we have a system where we are having a lot of brain drain within. It's not just medical doctors. We're having brain drain in our tech sector, and we're seeing the effects. Unlike the ones where the doctors were, minister was saying that well, doctors can go, we have enough doctors. Here, we are seeing the effect of not having enough technical people on ground. And we are not seeing a corresponding action from the government, from the regulatory agencies, saying that we are on top of it, we know there's a problem. Not even a press release to say there are lots of failed transactions we are hearing and we're working on it. Not even somebody, as in the PRO but if there's a slander against CBN or slander against NIBSS,
Yeah.
they will quickly come out. It is important to be abreast and on top of the game, not wait until everything crumbles down or people start protesting to the banks before you will resolve the issue. Must we go on strike?
So we can
Are they waiting for
understand-
Nigerians to go on strike on top banking transaction before they will not answer us?
You see, sometimes Nigerians are not that difficult to please.
we don't
See,
like stress.
all we just need is that somebody has heard our problem and it's being worked on. And you know that, so for example, YK has a transaction that is hanging. You call a number and they call you back that, we are on it, we're waiting for this. And next day, somebody else calls you again to tell you, we're still on it. You'll be comforted that somebody's working on the issue.
Exactly.
All we need is attention that this matter is being worked on. Even though you don't have the technical know-how, I don't want to believe personally that in a whole country as Nigeria,
And
we don't
the
have the
type of banks
technical
we're talking
know-how.
about.
It's because some people have traveled that I don't want to believe that. I don't want to join that
Me too,
narrative.
I don't want to believe that.
This is a sovereign nation.
refuse to believe
Yes,
it.
we have people who can actually ensure that the infrastructure works for
200
the
million
numbers of people that we're dealing with. So, but I'm only hoping that it's got to be something you can do to ensure that every Nigerian is reassured. Just like you said, we don't want to lose the trust in the banking system. I'm told
There are so
Yakub
many
is
things
holding.
that, okay.
Good morning, Yakub. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Thanks for
Good morning,
calling.
everyone.
You're live.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think this is total inconstitutional. Total. Because I don't think when the former CBN government, in person of NIBSS is here, I don't think this kind of nonsense will happen. See, I don't know, maybe you people have noticed something. Before the email at Sister Yeni called him, before the email started this kind of rubbish, he told us that they wanted to print out money, but you know they covered that money. After they covered the money, now that the money is not out, Do you know that a lot of old money is in circulation than the new one? You cannot even see the new notes. They are printing the old notes now. Now, a lot of us, if such part of this program this morning, I'm very sure 8 of us will have the same problem that we are discussing this morning. Because I went to filling station several times using my ATM card to buy food. At the end of the day, my money was deducted, and then they first to try the person of the Fed for it because they say they don't get the money. I don't it decline. So where do I go? Who am I going to complain to?
Right.
Nobody.
Thank you very much, Yakub. We're going to go on a break. When we come back, we'll take a few comments on social media. Stay with us. We'll be right back. That's our bank, our salary bank. Father in heaven. I have money for the past 2 salaries now. I've not been able to get that money. Because I don't have an ATM with that card, with that account. And then the online is not working. I just cannot access the online. I've been going back with my account officer. Please, what's going on? What can I do? They've not resolved it till today. I still called her this morning, interestingly. I didn't even know we would have this so big. I called her this morning. I said, how far? She said, Kimberly, please come to the bank. Let us see what we can do. I have 2 months salary there.
To the bank.
I have 2 months salary there. I can't
Access it.
I can't access it.
They're saving it for you.
Transaction.
They're helping you save it, but they will charge you interest on this saving. Eh?
You did not ask them to
So
save it.
these big banks seem to be having a field day because they have so many customers. I have a few friends who have they are banking with a smaller bank, not so big banks. And they're okay. They're having a great time because their onlines are working. They've never had transaction issues, glitches. They need money. Their account officers come to them. I'm thinking of opening a bank account, one of those smaller banks.
You see, the one I opened is not even a bank. It's the online bank.
Oh,
they have them. There's one from China. There's this one. I don't even know where
Okay,
it's
be careful
from.
about those ones, though. Are they regulated under?
No, what you do, they are regulated. But what you do is
help.
you get your money there, then you move it to the bigger banks. That one, when you move it yourself to the established banks, you will now be seeing that it entered. So if it leaves that place and goes to you will go to your bank and say, I just did this transaction. No. Where's my money? Where's my money? You know? So you just...
Oh my God, why
But those ones, their POS will work because they are looking for customers. But I don't know when the customers now come. Because after seeing that they're advertising on TV, I say,
they are blue.
Now everybody wants customers.
But I know that I have
don't jam and side.
I have one of those banks that is not so everybody is there. And since this thing started, this crunch started, not one issue I've had with that bank. Maybe maybe small issue, and they'll call you, they will resolve it.
So there's a part of lack of infrastructure to handle the
numbers,
the volume of customers that you are attending to. And who is going to protect us, the customers? Regulatory, we will still pull regulatory agencies.
So I want to say with banks, the banks have gotten away with so many atrocities against customers for a very long time. It's not today that we have complained. It's just that this one is, on our necks. We have complained about charges that we don't even understand where those charges are coming from. We have screamed, we have shouted, we have called them out on social media, but we haven't gotten anything, tangible. We get all the circulars. We're very good at writing words. It's so easy, but the implementation is the problem. And I just feel like, the regulatory bodies do not really care about us. It's about making the banking system thrive however, and at our own, at our own risk and at our own loss. And it's just unfair. I just wish that we could take these things seriously. Just reduce the issions that Nigerians have to complain about. For heaven's sake.
Let me take this call. Okay, don't talk. Let me take Sheo from Ikeja. Nigerians can call in now. Let me take the numbers again. 081-270-53687, 091-390-7694. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please let's hear your thoughts. Sheo from Ikeja, you're live.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Morayo, the ladies, and you guys are doing a great job.
Thank you.
I need to let us know that, we have a lot of tech guys who can do this job. We have not all jackpot. I'm a 90%. But the system, the banking system is not doing what they're supposed to do. Yes, we have the infrastructure. The personnel are not well paid. And that's the truth. A friend of mine just traveled to the UK, who is one top IT guy in one of these big banks. And he just left. Now, we are not giving us, because, Nigeria is not good. No. It is all because, the system, the banking system is not giving us what they are supposed to give us. Okay, for instance, me, I don't want to work in the bank. I don't want to work in the IT section of the bank. Why? Because, what I'm making is actually much more than what the bank is going to give. We have the infrastructure. We have everything. All what I know is that, there is a lot of fraud going on in the bank, and that is it. We have the technology. We have the infrastructure. So and that is it. And government should look into the banking operation. I will say it again. There's a lot of fraud going on in the bank. How can they owe the money for 3 months? So with the interest and all of that. So government should look into the banking operation. Nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Everyone.
Thank you very much. Yes.
See, I love what you have said. There is fraud in the banking system.
That's the truth.
Whether we like it or not. And these fintechs, or this major fintech that I'm complaining about, that they say it's not their problem, fault, it's clinical. What? You see, that is why Eme has not done his job well.
If
there's anything you like,
Put at the end. Suffix.
his name has become suffix.
just because Nigerians don't know where you're talking
They
about.
know. There's no Nigerian
That does not know what EME stands for, because we have all been EME'd.
notorious person in Nigeria.
But he has rectified the issue.
No, he hasn't.
He has rectified. I think he has told you that he has told people.
No, he hasn't. We
Cash.
cannot give him the honor of the resolution of that challenge.
Nigerians
He
begged
impoverished,
and-
yes. He strangled Nigerians, killed businesses. Egg people, poultry farmers have not yet recovered from what it cost. And he did not resolve the issue. It was imposed on him because some people went to the Supreme Court to fight for Nigeria. And I think that might be the end of it. In America, if you have accidents, they say if you've had accidents or you used one drug and it had a problem with your body, I'm a lawyer, I can fight for you. We need to start having class actions against the banks, because it is when people gather. By the time everybody is bringing receipts, we have 1,000, 15,000. Some lawyers need to find a way to cash out on this and restore the system within the bank, because if they are able to get the bank to pay compensation to millions of customers, all of them will invest the necessary money, because they are declaring profit. Are you not? I really think they are declaring profit.
Yeah, so
how are you declaring profit when we are groaning and complaining? How?
I said there's that one. If I say
every time I see that.
that one,
It should be profitable. I'm not against.
That one, every day I get POS. POS, what they call, every single day.
We have a friend that works there, that comes here. Don't say that.
Which one?
We have a friend.
But if we are going through issues, we are going through issues.
Let us take this call from Delta State. Good morning, sir.
As the YK is just finishing.
You're live.
All right, if I remember correctly, I think we have an organization called the Consumer Protection Agency in Nigeria.
We do, yes.
But I don't know what that agency is really meant for.
Yeah.
We're talking about transactions that have been holding for 3 months, 4 months. But I know a lot of people that have done transactions. They've been going to the bank several times. They're tired. They're forgetting about the money. And those kind of money, what will happen to it? It just be that the money is just gone like that. Because they've been going and they've been complaining, filling forms, standing at the bank. Nobody is doing anything about it. What is the job of Consumer Protection Agency in Nigeria? This is terrible.
Well, the Consumer Protection, I'm not speaking for them, but they have quite a bit also. We've seen them a few times, lock up shops for one thing or the other. There are other consumer issues aside from phone that they're dealing with. But either way, we need somebody to protect Nigerians when it comes to this issue of banking and also telecommunications. That's another one. But let's not do telecoms today. We'll give them another day. Let's focus on banking. Let's take a few comments on social media.
POS stamp duty every single day. 50 naira, 100 naira, every single day they send me POS stamp duty. Whether I see a letter or I don't see a letter, I see POS stamp duty. Come on.
Okay, I think you're the number one victim.
No, YK has always lamented about it, and
Let's
I'm
take
sure
a few
it's
comments on
worse now.
social media, because we have to. Let's see, because I really need to hear a few other comments on this.
Yes,
because we need to bring in an expert from the banking sector to help us. Because we've tried to get a few, but many of us are always very careful. Nobody wants to say something outside what CBN has allowed them to say. So we need someone from CBN. CBN also, they are also being careful.
Consumer protection
until we speak to Emefiele directly, or whoever else for that on top to tell us exactly what is going on, then we can actually get a headway on this matter.
Yes.
Let's have comments on social media. And
This one is not social media. This is someone sent me a WhatsApp message. I paid to buy
I can't
power
refuse your
to
buying this
reload
matter.
my prepaid last week Thursday. 10K. Up till now, I'm still waiting for the token, so for the token number to reload. I had to go get POS to pay another money. And I got the token, my 10K is still hanging.
Somebody here saying that most of these transfers, YK, most of these transfers challenges are from third party, not necessarily the banks.
The fintech.
The telecoms network is a factor. If network is down, transfers will fail. So also we can infuse the banks.
Yeah, the telecoms.
Telecom is also a problem. So the telcos might be the ones not ensuring that the communication is passed on, that the money has
like
gone.
just pushing the
because the name on my phone, it did not say that app. It did not call the telco's name. It called the name of the bank. So you will sort it out with your telco.
Yeah. Tonte says 80% of unsuccessful POS transactions also go unresolved as there is practically no one to talk to. The operators are helpless when customers come threatening. Our banking system needs to be looked into.
Director Lakey says, please, ladies of your view, dwell on this, press their necks. You definitely will be saving so many from frustration, embarrassment, and, embarrassment. I'll stop there.
Okay. Any other one before we wrap up?
Anytime I open my Dash Bank app, this is from Korean Michael from Texas, it opens one time and transactions always successful. Banks, he's advertising for his bank. I can't.
Akimbo Wale Olusoji says, tell the mama having issues, I guess that's the lady that called us, tell mama having issue with electricity subscription to visit Last Copa at 2 Soji Adekweba Street, Ikeja. They are efficient. When I had some issue with Juma Electricity, they helped me get my money.
Fiona says the charges are on another level.
Toby King says that, imagine Dash Bank charging me 700 naira without making any transaction. When I called, they gave me 3 working days to look into the issue. To cut the long story short, I dashed them the 700 naira, which is what many of us do.
Let me take this call.
Oladidi says, sorry, let me just quickly say, this bank, that bank, Orange Bank, Nima's husband's bank. Can you just name the bank? Let us know.
I know.
The Kutupa Bank.
Toby, are you there? You're live.
Hello.
You're live. Go ahead, please. Thanks for calling.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, ladies. How's it going?
Good morning.
Yeah, me, I want to call out First Bank.
Please don't mention their name. We don't want to holler.
Sorry, no. I need to call them out. They haven't done too much. I'm a seller. I sell eggs. We know the state of the economy.
Yes.
Customers will make a transaction to me. They will send me their proof. I will wait day 1, day 2, day 3. I'm calling customers. It's embarrassing. Yeah. I'm calling them and they're telling me, Father, we have sent the state. I go to my bank. My bank is telling me nothing like this has entered. You know, this is the 3rd time. This last one that happened is over 2 weeks now. Because the person in question, apparently she even works with First Bank. I think she's retired from First Bank presently. She lives near me. She's an elderly woman. Should I be following Mama about over the money? And Mama said she has sent it. I had to literally just beg Mama, please send it again. Don't worry. If they send the money to me, I'll send it back to you. And that's how Mama managed to send it. As we are speaking, the money hasn't come to you. Mama said nothing was reversed. It's a bit too much. Come on. Nigeria, please help us.
Yeah.
I know.
It's really terrible.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, AB, for your sharing your own thoughts. There's a lady.
Her experience is gone.
Her experience is really, really painful. Something similar. I just got it from my Agbalo seller. She just sent me a message, Madam. I call her Madam Mary. She said that my sister, please tell them. She mentioned the name of the bank, but I won't mention it's a red bank. It's owing me 10,000. 10,000 naira that she transferred in the market. So she said the money has not been released. She had transferred money to obviously buy fruits in the market, and the money has left her account. The client has not received the money.
I don't know if we took
this.
I
tell me how I said it was 3 days, and it was millions of naira hanging, and even. My husband also had the challenge where they wanted to pick up some equipment and he made the transfer. It was just like, okay, you can go. And that was the first time he's interacting with the person. And he did the transfer right there. he went. 2 days, the money did not land. The man was not calling like, I've released
think it's
goods.
fake alerts and things
Yes,
like that?
I've released goods that you sent proof of payment, but I've not received the money. You know, so there's a lot of like Mariam's experience where her trust, her integrity is being questioned
Yes.
based on the bank's failure.
Yeah.
You know, and transactions are being delayed. Human beings cannot, businesses are failing. Because if I can't make payments, I cannot get my goods, my supply is delayed.
Yeah.
The ripple effect is huge.
Some businesses are based on trust.
Yeah, so if the banks are saying it's not their fault, it's the fintechs, they too should start calling out the fintechs. And
fintechs
because
should be calling who
we
is the
don't deal
problem.
with the fintechs, we deal with the banks. I don't have any my problem is not
I don't remember
telephone
with the
network,
switch.
or my own problem is you, that I put my money inside your bank.
And I cannot collect
sent
the money.
it and it didn't go.
So the bank should start calling out the
That
fintech.
lady that just called, her business, if she doesn't see the money, she cannot
will she
go
go
and buy
and
egg
have
again
it?
now. Because she has not seen the money.
So these fintechs now, if I mean, we don't have all their names, but there are quite a few of them. So you're saying that maybe the bank should start coming and say, listen, we are having issues because XYZ fintech has not been able to ensure that our monies are transferred.
Even if you don't want to, just make us feel like we are heard.
No, beyond make us feel. We
because
have gotten past that. People's businesses are on the line. As you said, our integrity.
Do you know how many
We just need you to solve it. Forget, we have passed customer service level. That's what you should have done months ago.
Thank you, Miriam.
What we just want you to tell us how to solve this. And I really don't want to be dealing with you calling fintech out. Sort it out with them. Don't come and be telling me it's fintech. So I should now carry my placard and go to fintech too. And be fighting your cause. Please just deal with it.
My transaction is not with fintech. I don't know any fintech.
True.
I don't work there. I don't know them. You that you are collecting my money, you better know who you are going to. No. You see, you have said it.
We need to change this.
We don't want customer service.
No, let's not change it because
we don't want YK to get to the point where she's saying something she would regret.
Today's discussion is indeed pertinent. Just recently, I lost 10,500 and 10,200, total 20,700 respectively to failed transactions. I lodged complaints, but to no avail. However, I won't give up on my hard-earned money. Thanks for bringing this to the fore.
That person, I don't know who this person is, but this my Agbalomo seller, Madam Miriam, Madam Mary. How much money does she have?
Exactly.
10,000 is still hanging. She didn't tell me how long, but I could only imagine. 10,000 is still hanging.
You are saying even the person has money. When I was paying for my goods, I sent 18K. When I sent that 18K, it was less than 4K left in the account. So when the lady was saying, just do again, I will refund if I see that, I said, I don't have the money to do again. So the money must land before I can get my goods.
Let's go in a break. When we come back, we'll see if we can wrap this up. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. So today we're after the banks, the NIBSS, that's the internal banking systems, and also fintech, anything that has to do with bank, where you pay money or you send money via ePayment and it doesn't get to the recipient. That's our conversation today. And Nigerians have been calling in. We'd like to hear more Nigerians' thoughts and views about it. Our hope is that very soon we can get in someone, an official, to come and speak to us about this, help us understand how to seek help and how this can be rectified. But in the meantime, it's important that we hear Nigerians' experiences on this matter. Call us on the numbers on your screen again, 081-270-53687, 091-390-7694. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag your view TVC so we can read your tweet. My plan today is that after I get to that my bank, it's just rectify this thing. The moment I have access to it, I'll just transfer everything to that.
You can write you can fill the form.
My checkbook.
Yes, you
just transfer all the money.
You can just transfer.
Okay,
because
that smaller bank, in fact, it's not a smaller bank, but it's a better bank that they've not given me any issue. I just transfer everything because I can't use the money. It's just there sitting down for 2 months.
I think it's better.
So we have messages. I just don't know how we're going to read this message because they're calling out
bleeping the names.
Okay.
Bleeping
So this one says, good morning, ladies. It's been over 3 months and counting since our company account at the 6th letter. That's what it starts with. Sent 25,000 to our client who banks with another 6-letter bank. Till date, the recipient is yet to get the money. We logged series of complaints, yet nothing has been done. Please, Alagwe Bashira says, please, when any transaction is being performed and fails, kindly try and copy the session ID or reference number. Take it to the bank. That should help at least. They are 30. I have solved a few of my failed transactions with this.
For those long numbers.
Yes.
Get those numbers.
And then take it to them.
Can I read the florist? The florist said, my money has been missing from since September 8, 2022. I have been going back and forth. I am tired. Who can I report to again? The money is 50,600. 50,600
It's a lot of
That's
money.
salary. Full salary
A
of
lot of money.
many people.
Chemist writer says, and this bank now has a new fraud system. They recharged 1,000 naira airtime for me while I was sleeping. I was charged and I did not receive the airtime on my SIM. Just imagine, I was sleeping around 2 a.m. yesterday. So please
This
explain.
same bank, because I saw the message. This same bank, I had a transaction there a few weeks back of 10. I think it was airtime. I need to buy airtime, 10,000 naira. It didn't. I didn't
No,
get,
don't
I didn't
even
get-
try.
So was it someone else told me I shouldn't have even tried it. So the airtime in that bank would just freeze.
Yeah.
You didn't
So,
get the money.
so a lot of it's obvious that many people, if we continue, we'll definitely be reading that the issues cut across tech solutions that they have deployed to make life easy for everyone. But right now, they have failed in being able to deliver the service they promised. So, in resolving the issue is for us to work together, because I don't think that what we do is lament. We are always, everybody just isolate and complaining one by one. But if we are able to come together and say, okay, all of us that we're filling a complaints form, you know the way they do those things, that they say we need to get 1,000 people to register their complaints against one particular bank or the other particular bank. When they see that coming together, it's a different reaction than when individuals are coming one by one.
Absolutely right.
to
But
work.
Nigerian situation is different from those are our counterparts abroad, because this one they have the
They have
basics,
petitions
they
and
have
then
they
they
have
Yes,
food, they have
petition.
clothing, they have everything. We are still hustling every single day. Everybody's running up, and is it the woman that called that her eggs that when I start leaving out her egg, when I start looking for one lawyer
the
who's going to help join the
75-year-old
class action
mama
suit?
that has
It's-
to-
Yes, no. In this country, our circumstances are totally different. So it's a great idea when you live in a country where the other basics are available. But here, your kids are there going to school. You're trying to get them breakfast for in the morning. You're trying to run a business. You now start seeing how to follow up with the bank or follow up with the lawyer. You would not just leave it to God. It's always God that helps us here. But God will have mercy on them.
I
That's what we always
say
say.
that bank that's like this.
If I get this, your
We
bank.
get it.
She's like,
Which one?
do it again.
Yeah, we got
do it again, Weki.
I didn't get the bank. Though.
she did a shape.
That one, that time, many years ago, that the money just went. And when the account officer came, yeah, I don't know. After a while, I forgot about it. And it was a lot of money.
Yeah.
When it happened the second time, and I knew that Nima's husband worked there, was when I now went, help me.
Yes.
He now helped me. The third time, he helped me again. By the time I say, we are having problem. These banks,
Well, see, you have the
God
connection.
forgive
So
them.
if
How many
how
of
many
us-
people have connection? So the point is that if you do
shouldn't
not
we
have
use
the
the
connection,
connection?
that money will be gone. That means the issue could have been resolved if somebody actually did their job.
And you know what,
Yes.
Mariah, what this also brings to mind is the recent circular that CBN has talked about dormant accounts and monies that have been in accounts for over 10 years. Meanwhile, we cannot even access our money. We don't know what's happening. And then you go and pack this money that we were fighting to get. And Nigerians are saying, look for the owner. So before you start taking some money, these issues did not start today. There's monies that have been kept. You've been trying to reach it. You change the bank is now a new name. You merge, and then, you're trying to, so who do I send to? There are just so many issues. And not many Nigerians are so, is it information or tech savvy and, knowledge savvy that you don't even know where to go? How do you make it easy for majority of Nigerians who, do not have all this, the knowledge or where to go? Like, how do you help the average Nigerian who is not that well educated, who's not that well exposed,
have the
but
culture.
has had to put their money in the bank because you've made it mandatory? So what do we do for them?
Miriam.
Most times when we talk about all these policies, we talk about people like us, that we know where to write to the Complaints Commission. We know who to go. We know a friend that works somewhere that...
Miriam,
How about
let
many
me
other
tell you
Nigerians
a
can't
funny
do that?
story. Let me tell you a funny story. When I was much younger, I used to waka looking for business. Someone helped me open money with this bank. Open account with this bank. I put my money inside the bank. But my house was in Shomolu. The bank was in VI. So I would hardly go there. Until one day, I just said, let me go and even look for my money.
bank
Guess
wasn't
what?
there.
The bank was not there. I just stood in front of the place. Where is my bank? That money has gone to today. I said, this is how I stood looking. Where is my bank?
I remember you could
Bank is not here again. Imagine.
That was many years ago now. But
That
because,
doesn't happen anymore.
but because we want to help Nigerians, because after lamenting, we have to help Nigerians. So it's important to note that there is the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission. They actually do exist to protect you and I, just that many of us don't use them because we rather lament, complain, talk about it on social media, and that's it. But they actually can help, and according to their website, their mandate allows it to intervene in any sector of products, involving products and services. FCCPC defers to the sector-specific regulators for resolution. So they can actually get to the NCC to get these things resolved.
Are they ready for banking challenges?
So they said that they can actually help you resolve banking challenges. They said that the complainant must clearly state the following: the party complaining against, the amount involved, the expected address, so the expected redress. You should also attach a proof of the transaction and any other document to support your claim. And you send it, they have their numbers. I mean, I don't know.
You send it via...
The numbers are there. We'll say,
online.
They should come and meet
It's on the phone number.
Ogumola Emmanuel says,
Okay,
even if there is...
so according to our producer, if you call them on the social media handles, they respond immediately. So they are actually active. So if we go on...
Okay, so like your Agbalumo seller now, all she has to do is call them.
Exactly.
And then they answer all these questions.
To
how many Nigerians are literate enough to do this? This is still working.
Wait, Auntie. Yeah. That Nigerian that is not literate, it's not having an e-transaction.
No, but they are transferring money to the person.
Those are e-transactions.
They're still transferring to me. I might not transfer out, but you transfer to me is an e-transaction. So when you say you have sent me the money, I should release the eggs to you. I'm not literate. I sell eggs. You say you send the money. You show me your phone that's gone. Okay, but me, I've not received it. So there are people like that I cannot write. You people go to the banks, Mariah, right now, and they help them to fill the forms. They just sign.
And when I call, I cannot speak English like that you will not understand me.
Let me take a boss. I'll come back to you.
Language thing that can help.
There are lots of people who are leaving behind.
I'm there.
Sorry for keeping you. Go ahead, you're live.
No problem. I wanted to address this issue of POS decline. I've had so many since February. I had one in February. I had like 3 in March. I just had one this morning again. It will decline, your account will be debited, and the person you are paying did not receive the money. The money is no longer in your account, and they will ask you to come to the bank. And when you get to the bank, I was giving a particular, I complained about a particular one, I think last day of March. Till now, they gave me something on the website. They said I should log in, and I did. They responded to me. Till now, there's no rejected. I had one in February. I have 2 in March. I just had another one this morning at the filling station. And don't you think it's painful? Yeah. Sometimes you don't that can be your last, cash.
Yeah.
Like the other day, like March 31st, I just asked, that was the last cash for me. I just wanted to fill my tank, put well in my car. I just left First Bank. It was so bad. I just left their office. They said, okay, they gave me a website to go, blah, 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 blah. And I was, okay, they said, I tried it because it didn't go. They said I tried in the middle of the night. So I was going home, let me buy fuel in my car. And I bought fuel again, it declined. Till now, Mariah did not reject the money. I just had another one again. Buying fuel at the filling station, again declined. So, yeah,
and they debited how?
This is fraudulent and it's painful. How can you be holding on to my money? I want to render pay for a service I can't pay, and my money is not in my account. It's fraudulent. I think the POS users to go and complain to the bank. How can I come to your office to use the POS and you will decline? You will tell me you didn't receive the money. I should be the one to go and complain at the bank. It's painful.
Absolutely.
Honestly,
thank you, Bosse.
I just wanted to say something. When I was growing up, I thought it was a favor for you to use a bank. You are the customer of the bank. You are taking your money and the bank is investing your money in whatever business they are investing in. So you are the customer. You are doing the bank a favor. Now, they are doing you a favor by collecting your money and using it
and charging you.
Come on. Eme, come on, talk to us now.
So there's a transaction I did, somebody else's money. So it was a dollar transaction. And it was inflow, right? And they needed me to help them to use something to make some payments. So, unfortunately, I did the transaction, and this same bank, bank that's him.
Yeah. Which one?
They want
to describe it.
Describe it now.
That bank, the bright color bank. Let me say that. So the transaction said declined. The person obviously didn't get it. Then I did it again. The second one went, but I was not debited twice. And this is not naira transaction. Hey, you see me, Father, I say, Holy Spirit. What am I
you
going to
ran
do?
there
Low,
with your-
what's happening? Thankfully, the person was decent enough
Refund.
to refund it, but because he also was paying to somebody else. So it was like a three steps. So before I got the money, it took almost a week.
Wow.
And somebody else's money, I was just very worried. So why would I pay back this money? Where will I find this money from?
Yeah, that's also very common where a transaction will decline, but he will still go
Yes,
through.
to go
Yeah.
through.
So you might do a transaction
it happens
twice,
a lot.
and then the person will not be debited.
And it takes a while
Twice.
for you to even
It doesn't
come
get
to your
resolved.
notice.
Yes, it doesn't get
That
resolved.
one happened.
There's another angle of this that we are not discussing. The fact that we put in our forex into our account, paid it into the bank.
You can't
we
withdraw
cannot
it.
withdraw our money.
can't.
Yes.
Safe. That is another huge one. So you go to the bank and you cannot access.
So they don't
your own
want that one. I think that one is because
They're
they don't
trying
want
to
you
do-
collecting money from black market and put it into the bank.
money.
No, no,
No,
there's
she said she can collect money from black market and put it
So
in
you,
the-
so
They
for
want me to
example,
collect from black market and put it in the bank, but they will not pay me
you
back when I
collect,
want it.
they want you to collect it to right and not to be able to withdraw it. You can only withdraw inflow, only money that you get from proper legal transaction. So, for example, if you are buying something,
that's not
no,
true.
no, if you-
I got there's a money that I got in pounds.
Yes.
That was an inflow
yes.
that I could not withdraw.
No,
I cannot withdraw it till
that's
now.
incorrect. If for any inflow, you can withdraw inflow.
No, the reason you
It
can't
is-
withdraw it is because they
They
don't
don't
have.
have. They don't
They
have.
don't
They will
have,
tell you-
there's
maybe
a
that one
specific
you use
amount
it.
that they'll
No,
tell
they'll
you
tell
can
that
even take.
They don't
beyond
have that's
kind of
foreign
that currency.
money.
Yeah.
They don't
in
have
their
pounds.
bank.
There's no
Now,
pounds.
come back next week.
Yeah.
And you go next
If you are
week and
lucky,
you don't have
Any
it.
money you get from anywhere, any source, and you take it to the bank, you're not wise to withdraw. As I said, we'll bring in an expert to tell someone from the CBN, tell us why these policies are, because the reason why this show exists is for us to inform ourselves and inform Nigerians on things, naughty areas that we're not clear of, or gray areas that we need clarity on. So we'll bring in somebody
black
to
and white,
explain.
though.
Because for my own understanding is that inflows should be, you can withdraw inflows. You can withdraw. I have been able to withdraw inflows.
It's not that
No,
you
there's
can't
a
withdraw it.
specific amount
It's just that
beyond
they don't
which
have
they
it.
won't give you. They
Yes,
will tell
they don't
you
have.
that they can't give
They
you
don't
that.
have certain amounts of money. Yes, you're right.
That one, I don't know if it's the same bank people are talking about. That one, when I go there to collect, anyway, I have some small friends inside the bank. I will say, please, I beg, I will faint. So
you.
if you don't, it was okay. We'll give you 1,000.
Can you imagine your own money? You
You
just
see,
be
there are
begging
levels
pay.
to this thing, YK. You see, I was telling you guys later now that I tried to get, I was in my own bank last week to collect money. They're telling me 20,000 naira. So when I went for house fellowship, one of the people in the house would say, I was telling the person, I've not seen 100,000. He said, Mura, don't worry. He assured me. Monday, he called me yesterday, Mura, Wagba 100K.
Connection is good.
Connection is at levels. People get level. And I had to come
Father.
account of it. I said, Auntie, and I
Open
recorded
heavens.
100,000. I said, "See, I got 100,000 from somebody else. What's going on? You're my account officer now. She now said I should come and see her later today. So people can get results. So Nigeria is about connection. Even inside banking, there are certain levels you
even
enter, you
more
can
sad.
get money.
It's sad, really sad.
It's painful.
It's not, the all fingers are not equal and
all.
kidiko equal something.
It's the
something.
decadence of our society.
Yes, I agree.
So until we start to address this decadence, I was listening to somebody on TV today who said, I think it was Journalist Hangout, that, you see, when common traffic infractions, nobody gets common,
Yeah.
the system, it has
Yeah.
escalated. It is now inside the banking, the this,
Our
the that,
phones,
the
our-
hospital, everywhere. When even common traffic,
Nobody gets penalized.
nobody gets penalized.
You're
So,
absolutely right. Let's say we can more comments and we wrap up.
Big he says, I was debited by bank for DSTV subscription. The vendor told me after 2 days to say she didn't get it. Called my bank and they said the money was reversed and coming back. Only for the vendor to call me on the 5th that the money had just come to her.
Ogumola Emmanuel says, even if there's a class action against these banks, there's a culture of ignoring court judgments without consequences. When the wheel of justice begins to grind faster and rulings are enforced, every slacker will sit up.
Cold J Funky Flex says, Mariah, we can't always leave everything to God, though. Tokwe made a valid point of coming together to file a complaint against a certain bank that will help us out. Oh.
Vector Boy of Grace says, it's crazy how nothing has been done by our Nigerian government or CBN. One day, monkey will go to market, or go come back.
Babatunde says, okay.
Go ahead.
Says, the issue is frustrating. My issue is different. So my company opened a union, bank account. I did not mean to read it out. For me, since January, and my salary goes into the account since that month. I can't access the account. I have updated the account up to now. I can't access the fund. It's so frustrating for the past 3 months. No money to spend, no transport,
Maybe you don't have NIN.
or money to feed.
Maybe it doesn't have NIN.
Yolanda of Lagos.
Let me take this call from Elder. Elder Priyo, good morning. Are you there, sir?
Yes, I'm still waiting.
You're live. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, my complaint is that, you see, this, your discussion this morning is quite interesting. Anyway, good morning. I'm on here with you. Yeah, actually, Burayo, you people are doing a great job there.
Thank you, sir.
And I'm the first time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, this thing you people are discussing, I heard you said that they after you and they paid you back the 100,000. To be sincere, maybe they are afraid that you put them on a social on air. That is why they are after you. My own 21,900 has been hanging since over a month ago. I've reported more than thrice to no avail. So you see, I believe these people in the bank, they are using this money to do business. Please, you people should help us to talk to them so that they will know that what they are doing is wrong. Yeah. It's very wrong. They should not be just suffering people like that. I'm an elderly person, and they expect me to be coming to the bank every time, every day. It's not wrong. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. We have to. We'll definitely will invite the DG for the consumer protection to come here. Tell us what exactly are the steps. I mean, I've read a few, but it's been great to have him also come here because he's a friend of the house. He's been here a few times. Let him explain to us how we can actually help Nigerians who are going through this. Or is this just a temporary setback because of the cash crunch?
How long is this temporary?
As you said, it has happened to you in the past before the cash crunch happened, but it could have been compounded because of what happened. So in the next few weeks, now that cash is coming out gradually, maybe people will ease off using the e-payments and then begin to use naira.
Mary says, a guy committed suicide in Futa due to the bank issue. Class contributed money into his account, and the guy remained the money. Bank claims they didn't see the transaction. The lecturer called the parents. So the poor guy committed suicide. I mean, you know, it's terrible. Yolanda of Lagos, the issue isn't just about the failed transaction. It can happen anywhere in the world. But the frequency of the failed transactions is beginning to look fraudulent. With more failed transactions happening on Friday than successful one. It's deliberate at this point.
Ogumola Emmanuel says, even if there's a class action against these banks, there's a culture of ignoring court judgments without consequences. When the wheel of justice begin to grind faster and rulings are enforced, every slacker will sit up.
Even when you use POS, for example, if I buy something 10,000 naira and I want to use the POS, do you guys ever get this where the vendor tells you to please add 100 naira for charges?
Oh, yeah.
They tell you, please make it 10,200 or 10,500 just because of charges. I'm now paying for charges also. And I just realized that it's totally...
Balogun Sadiq says, inside the 5K where this bank hang on to, I don't use 2K for calling customer care and the transportation still, my issue is not resolved. Imagine.
Oh my God.
You know, we are talking reality. Let's break it down to the brass tacks. I call customer care. How much will I use to call customer care? Then
it's not toll-free. I don't know why we don't have toll-free customer care.
It's toll-free now.
No. Majority of the customers, I've not seen the toll-free customer care.
No, it's not.
You pay.
Really?
Yes, you pay. And they are singing to you.
That just told me it's not free.
It's not toll-free. So they sing to you on your...
Yes, also your
own money.
It
should be toll-free. There are little things. Do you understand? Little things that will make you feel like they take you serious.
No, but they need to declare profit.
The master regulator.
How would they declare profit?
The master regulator, before telling us you are going to strangle us, the master regulator should have regulated all these things. We shouldn't... Amen. Where are you?
Hey, where are we? Where we are? What's that debate? Were you where we are? Okay, we have to wrap up on this, but this is not a joke, actually. We have a few more minutes. Can we just accommodate a few more comments before we wrap up? Because we have about 3-4 minutes left. It's important for us to just take as many calls as possible because our objective now is to bring in a regulator and somebody from the Consumer Protection Agency that can then help us understand how we can seek redress when these things happen. I think I have Michael. Good morning, sir. Are you there?
Good morning, Mora.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
You see, this failed transaction issue is becoming a serious problem. I did a transaction one time, and I paid. The cost of that transaction was about 10,000. they had to redo it because I needed to. At the end of the day, on getting home, I found out that transaction it had been deducted 10 times.
Imagine.
From my account. I kept pursuing. It's still the bank one. Let me not mention this. I won't spoil them business. But it took 1 full year. 1 full year. In fact, I wasn't even in the country when I saw that the money was refunded.
Oh yeah.
Why does it take that long? So these are the questions we're going to ask.
So what happened to the money? Where was the money hanging for 1 full year?
Yes.
When you take my money for 3 months, what is happening to my money in that? Where is my money? Who is in custody of my money? In whose account is my money generating interest? Who is using my money? Because that's if we're unable to get that level of clarity.
But there are numbers, YK. I mean, to talk about. So you put the numbers. Is the banking really? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Is there numbers, right? So we don't. It's not physical money. It's just numbers. So I don't have a confirmation.
Must,
money.
But they are getting physical money.
It adds to the valuation of each company. So if I've already moved a few 3,000 to the next account, that person shows that he has it. So if he doesn't have it, and I'm saying it has left my account, where is the money?
Stay tuned.